Hey guys, so today I'm doing another foundation first impressions. I've been doing these a lot and I've just really been enjoying them. I'm enjoying watching other people do them and I'm enjoying doing them myself. Now, these aren't reviews. I will be doing a review on each foundation that I do a first impressions on. A short review, kind of updating you guys, telling you guys my favorite ways to use it and anything else that I've noticed. First impressions is just that. It's a first impressions. It's not a full review. It's just what I initially think about it. I take you throughout my day and you see how it looks and wears on my skin throughout the day, and I give you any opinions that I may have that day. But it doesn't mean that it's like a firm review. You know what I mean? Because as you wear it, as you test it out with different products, then your perspective might change or your thoughts on the product might change. So today's first impressions is going to be on the Bourjois Paris, I think I'm saying it right, Healthy Mix Serum Gel Foundation. I've been wanting to try this for so long. You can't get it here in the States, so I had to order it off of Amazon and it took forever to get here. But I got the shade 55 Dark Beige, and this is definitely too dark for me regularly. You can kind of see my face. But yesterday I self-tanned and I didn't do my face because I wasn't sure if that self-tanner, how it would react to my face. So I self-tanned. You can't really tell because I have a long sleeve shirt on today. But I thought, okay, that'd be perfect to try this foundation out because it will pretty much match or be really close to matching what my body looks like, so then you're not distracted by the color match of it. I've been wanting to try this foundation for so long. I heard it's really good for dry skin. I have dry to normal skin. I get like dry patches and it can really get dry like around my nose, but I live in Arizona, so because of that, the heat can really make my foundations kind of moisten or oil up, even though my skin isn't oily itself. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's a little bit about me and my skin. So I'm gonna read really quickly what it says on the bottle so you guys can kind of know what it claims. It says it's a vitamin-rich fruit therapy, and it's a 16-hour radiance boosting, even revived complexion foundation. And it says it's an instant blending gel, flawless complexion, undetectable coverage, and it's vitamin rich. It's also hyperallergenic, and it is a semi-matte finish. Okay, so that's what it says, semi-matte finish. It's supposed to be a 16-hour wear. So I'm really excited about this foundation. So if you like first impressions, give this video a thumbs up and I'll know about it. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so now that you guys are in closer, got a hair stuck in my hairband, we can go ahead and start with the first impressions. Yeah, I'm super excited about this foundation. We're talking about this awesome foundation. I finally got the guts to get it up. I think it was like $14.99 on Amazon, but I did it. Okay, so it's the gel foundation. Let's pump this out and see how this what kind of, and it has a pump, you guys. Let's see what kind of, ooh. Okay, so it's definitely more liquidy than I thought. That's one pump. So I'm gonna do half of my face with a beauty blender, half of my face with a brush. And you can tell I have not blemishes, but I'm kind of like healing, and my face is not even at all. So I'm gonna do a beauty blender on this side. So let's do this. I'm gonna dot it all over. Oh, before I do that, I feel like I'm all over the place today. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Coverall primer. This primer just evens out the texture of the skin, but it does not necessarily help with longevity that I've noticed. So I use this primer all the time, and so I'm gonna use it today, but it's not gonna make it last like longer necessarily. So it's just gonna make sure that my skin is prepped and ready for the foundation. So all right, here we go. Yeah, I think it's a good match for when I'm tan. this smells. This foundation smells absolutely incredible. Wow. I'm loving the finish of this foundation. It looks so incredibly natural. Okay, so it has like a light medium coverage, I would say. Because it kind of covers this little baby up a tiny bit, but not that much. See if it builds on this side. I think it matches my neck pretty good. I like the Beauty Blender side. Definitely looks very skin light. I would say a light medium coverage. Cool. All right, so one more pump, and that used the entire pump. So I'm gonna do one more pump, and I'm gonna use a brush on this side. And the brush I've been loving lately for foundation is the e.l.f. powder brush. So that's what I'm gonna use on this side, and we'll see if it, typically brushes give you more coverage, like I totally understand that, than a Beauty Blender. But with some foundations, a Beauty Blender is more natural and a brush just isn't very natural looking. So we'll see what this one does. Oh yeah, this one gave me like a true medium coverage on this side, for sure. For sure it did. Can you see the difference? This is like a light medium. This is like a true medium, almost full coverage, because you can see it pretty much covered all of the blemishes on that side. I don't like to say full coverage because full coverage is different for everybody. Some people get full coverage really easily because they don't have much to cover. Some people have a lot to cover and will say, that's not full coverage, but for me, it's looking really good, and I didn't even use the full pump. So I'm gonna go over and add coverage to the side with the brush and finish up that pump, that whatever's left on there. Yeah, I've been loving how this brush puts on foundation. Natural finish foundations. I don't know about matte foundations. I think matte foundations just don't look too matte with a brush like this. And I like a Beauty Blender, but I am really liking how this foundation looks on the skin. Really, really liking it. Okay, so that's the foundation. Oh, it actually, I thought it was gonna be a lot more dewy, like you'd feel it a lot more, but no. It actually is drying super quickly, and this foundation smells amazing. I don't think it's a luminous foundation. I think it's a natural looking foundation. Definitely is more natural looking. I'm gonna put a half of a pump and see if I can completely get it up to full coverage for my full coverage gals. Yeah, I think it's not adding any more at that point. I consider it a light full coverage foundation is what I consider it. I added another layer and it kind of started to blotch up on me, so I think it's pretty good where it's at. That was like 2 pumps. Okay. So I'm gonna put on some concealer before I set my foundation. So this is the Superstay Better Skin Concealer. It's like 7 in the morning and my kids are awake, which never happens. I'm never awake at this time because my kids have been sick. So I'm usually not awake, and they're awake, and guess what movie they're watching? Jurassic Park 3. That's what they're getting raised on. Violent violent dinosaur movies. Anyways, okay, so did that. Anytime I try on a dewy or a natural finish foundation, I like to set it with the Wet n Wild pressed powder because it doesn't mess with the finish. It lets whatever finish it has kind of come through. It doesn't mattify the foundation. But underneath the skin, I'm going to use the NYC Smooth Skin just because if I don't, I feel like the Wet n Wild powder doesn't set under eye concealer as well. So I'm going to set my under eye concealer. And then I'm going to go ahead in with the Wet n Wild pressed powder. If you don't like matte finishes, you should try this powder because it's absolutely amazing. Mine's in warm beige. And I love this. Alright, so I'm going to set the foundation. Not that it's maybe a tiny bit tacky, but I would actually probably go throughout the day not setting this. Like if I'm just being quick or whatever, I don't feel the need to set it, but I'm gonna set it for the purpose of checking this out. Okay. The first thing I'm noticing about this foundation now that I've put my powder on is that it's not seeping into my lines. I have like lines because I do this a lot, and so usually a foundation will seep in there, and this one is not. It's not accentuating those lines that I have on my forehead. And it looks really, really nice and natural on the skin. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I shall be back. Okay, so I finished putting on the rest of my makeup. I went really light because I'm doing a lot of errands today. Usually Friday mornings is when I go grocery shopping, so I wanted something really light. So I'll tell you really quickly what I put on my face. So as a blush, I use the Clinique Fig blush, which is a super natural blush, one of my favorites. And then I topped that blush off with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Diffused Heat blush, which is what's giving me that little pinkiness. Then for a highlighter, I used the Mary Luminizer highlight to highlight my cheekbones and the bridge of my nose. Then for the lips, for the eyes, I use the Hard Candy Pro Matte Palette just really lightly to give me a really, really soft, basically just to accentuate the eyes and make me look like I have a crease. Then for the lips, I use the Infallible paints in 312, which is Nude Star. That's the only thing I have on my lips. So I can tell you that with the rest of my makeup on, it definitely looks more like a full coverage foundation to me. I mean, I don't have a lot of blemishes right now, so that's just my personal opinion. So, what time is it? So it is 8:04 and I will come back and check back with you in 5 horas, 5 hours. So it's 8 o'clock, 5 hours, then the 8 hour, then I'll try to do the 12 hour, depending what's going on. So I really like it so far. It looks really natural, but full coverage. Looks very skin-like. So we'll see how it looks in 5 hours. Okay, so it's been 5 hours. It's 1 o'clock now, and I wanted to show you guys really quickly what it looked like in the daylight because it looked really good in studio lights. Like, I'm not even kidding. It looked really good. It looked really good inside, indoors, like in the mirror and stuff. But then I went and started to Snapchat and do like the Instagram story updates in daylight. I like to do those. If you're following me on those, I do those live so you can see as it progresses live there. But it looked so amazing. Like, it looks so incredible in the daylight. Like, my skin looks unreal, like porcelain smooth. Just the foundation made my skin look so good. And I mean, even like the creases, like my smile lines are up here, my lines, like they looked amazing. It didn't like get stuck in there, and it just looked so good that I wanted to show you guys in daylight. So this is what the foundation after 5 hours looks like in daylight. Next time with other first impressions, I'll make sure to show you guys initially in daylight so you can kind of see. But yeah. Okay, so this is how the foundation looks after 5 hours. It's 1 o'clock indoors with the lights. next time I do these first impressions, I'll make sure to update you guys, also showing you what it looks like in daylight, because I feel like daylight is unforgivable. It either looks good or it doesn't, and you can really tell when you're outside. So I love it so far. The foundation is sitting so incredibly nice. It didn't really change the formula at all, but I'm super impressed that like in these areas, like you can't see my little wrinkly areas. Like I have this one wrinkle right here and it like completely diminished it. Like it is definitely not noticeable like it usually is, and I'm used to makeup kind of getting stuck in there. But as far as coverage, it hasn't lost any coverage. It still looks really beautiful and smooth and nice on the skin. So I'm super impressed with it so far. It's been 5 hours. I've been to Costco, to every single grocery store imaginable, and it still looks amazing. I've been outside, it's hot. I've been inside sweating like this because I just got a call saying that we won. If we go listen to this presentation, then at the very end you get complimentary wall Disney tickets, Disneyland tickets, and I said Walt Disney, Disneyland tickets, like for free, like airline, hotel, the whole shebang. So I'm like sweating because the deal sounds so good to be true. Like we're gonna go look at this presentation. Anyways, so this is what it looks like. Make sure you're following me on Snapchat and Instagram stories if you want to see these live. But yeah, I'll check back with you guys in 3 more hours. It'll be 8 hours then. So okay, so it's been 8 hours. It is 4 o'clock, and I'm really impressed so far on how like the staying power of the foundation itself. I feel like it's really staying a lot better than I thought. By the 8-hour mark, usually you can really see my skin. Usually it gets blotchy or oily with how much I've been outside, but it's really been lasting really good. So I know I keep mentioning it, but I'm so impressed with how it looks on my forehead wherever I usually have creases, where it really sinks in and it just looks smooth. Like it looks so smooth on top of the skin, especially in person, especially out in the sun. So I'm really impressed with this, you guys. It's literally seems like it's gonna be one of my favorite foundations. I know lately I've been trying a lot of foundations and I've probably said that quite a bit, but honestly, like I'm digging this. Let me bring you in close so you can kind of see. So usually right here, this little crease and these ones, you can kind of see through the foundation, and right now that's not the case. I mean, the coverage is still pretty good. The Beauty Blender side is fading a lot faster, which is totally expected. Every time I do this, the Beauty Blender side, I lose coverage faster than the brush side. Just looks even and nice. But like around my nose, just around this area, it just looks really smooth and beautiful, and it is starting to get a little bit more like glowy. It had like a light glow to it, very light, nothing too much though. I'm gonna also show you guys outside. Okay, so this is what it looks like outside. It's been 8 hours. You can kind of see on my face. I think it still looks really, really, really amazing for being like regular daylight. So yeah, I'm really loving it. It looks absolutely amazing, and you can tell now how tan I am, and it just matches perfect. Okay, so it's been 11 hours. It is now 6 p.m. and I'm not gonna lie, the coverage has drastically changed from our last update because I took a nap. Don't take a nap on your foundation. I can really tell like my skin is peeking through, but it doesn't look that bad. I'm not gonna lie. On a regular day, I'd probably just apply a little bit more blush, some lip gloss, and I'd still be good to go, and some mascara and curl my lashes, because I slept on the side of the face like, and I didn't sleep pretty. I slept ugly. Like my eyes were half open. Like it was just not a pretty scene. But the foundation part, like with just a little bit of blush, it's alright. It's more of a light coverage now. Totally okay with me. But yeah, I can tell that this foundation is going to look really good with like a long-lasting primer, like one of those sticky primers that clings onto foundation. Because this is so liquidy, I think it's going to do really well with something like this. But yes, it's lasted 11 hours, looks really good. I'm now gonna redo my makeup because we're going on a date. Because for me, it's Friday. It's Friday! Okay, so it's been 11 hours. This is what it looks in the sunlight. Definitely more like a light coverage now, but I don't mind. Still looks really good right here. I'm super impressed. So, I just did a whole like outro or whatever you call it. I finished up my video and my microphone wasn't on. So here we go again. Take 2. So overall, I really like this foundation. I like it so much that I'm gonna go on Amazon and purchase a lighter one of these. So this one's 55, I'm gonna go get the 53 so that all year round I can have this foundation because I love it so much. It looks so good on the skin. It does, it just looks amazing. And I can tell putting a long-lasting primer underneath this is gonna make it last all 12. For example, the hard candy hydrating primer, the stick primer, if I put that underneath this, it's just gonna cling onto it like nobody's business. So I really like this so far. I give it a big old fat thumbs up. I definitely recommend you guys trying it out. I will keep on trying it out and give you my full review using all different kinds of products like brushes, like the Artiste brush, all that kind of stuff. So hit the like if you want to see that and if you like first impressions. Also, don't forget to hit my little face down there to subscribe and hit the bell to notify you of all my future videos. And I think that that's basically it. Oh, if you want to join me live whenever I do first impressions, make sure to follow my Instagram and Snapchat in the stories. I really like to kind of show you guys them in natural lighting, indoors, all that kind of stuff, pictures up close so you can really see how things work. But anyways, I think that's it. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.